Hey, this is Brother Jeff, and I'm going to show you how to get started with the new eBooks interactions inside of the template library. Now, these interactions are designed to work inside of an eBooks, like within iBooks Author or within InDesign if you're working with InDesign or anything like that. So they are meant to be downloaded, easily edited inside of a text editor for the content, changing out your questions and your possible answers, and then being brought zipped up and then brought into to iBooks or something like that. So I'm going to show you how to get started with one of them, how to edit some of the content, and how to bring it into, for example, iBooks Author, and how to use it from there. So let's go ahead and just first of all focus on this video talking about how to download it and how to edit it inside of a text editor. So I'm going to take one of these games, these ebook games. I'm going to take this shootout game, and I can test it out here if I want to and see exactly how it's going to function before I download it. And then once I'm ready, I can go ahead and click on this download, the zipped archive, and this will download a folder to my desktop. Now inside of this folder, let's go ahead and take a look at it. You'll notice we have a couple different files. We have a default PNG. You do not want to delete this. This is what will show up when you bring it inside of iBooks or inside of other tools. You want to make sure that it's the default PNG. And then we have something called whatever the name of the game is. So in this case, the name of the game is Shootout. So we have a shootout.js file. If it was the game show, it would be gameshow.js file. So I want to make sure and open this file up, and I want to open this up inside of a text editor. You can do this with Dreamweaver, you can do this with just even Notepad on a PC, you can do this with Text Wrangler, whatever you have. Now, what's here is basically a description of all the different files that you can change in order to change number of questions, points per question, and then change the text for the introduction header, introduction text, and different things like that. So you'll notice the first thing is the number of questions, and right next to it has a description of what that question does. So if I want to change the number of questions to only be 10, I just simply type in 10 there. If I want to change the points per question to 5, I'll go ahead and type 5. Now the game sound for iBooks Author, the sound actually doesn't apply for iBooks Author specifically. So in fact, you can ignore that part. Now you can change the background color, the background alpha, the answer up color, the answer button over color, and different things like that. So you have access to go in and change the color aspects of different parts of it without opening it up inside of some visual editor or anything like that. You can just go ahead and change it here. Then we have our introduction text. So I'm going to go ahead and just change what's within the quotes. You want to make sure that you keep it within the quotes. I'm going to go ahead and say welcome to this interaction. Now I'm using Sublime Text, which you can download for free on a PC or a Mac. You can get the free version, or you can pay for the uploaded or the upgraded version. And then I'm going to go ahead and change the text for the introduction text. We will be testing your knowledge. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it at that. We have a conclusion header and conclusion text. I can just edit what's within the quotes there. And then I can change the button text. So we have continue button, start button, submit button, and play again button. So I have full control over all the labels and text and everything inside here. Then we get into the questions. So we have question number 1, and we have, okay, is it multiple answer? That means if it's multiple answer, turn on or off, true or false. You can select true or false. Distractors, number of distractors is how many possible answers there are going to be. Let's go ahead and see 2. And multiple answer is if there's more than one answer, which in this case I'm going to leave it at 1 or false. So that means there's only one answer. And then here's my question 1 header, and then here's my text. So I'm going to go ahead and change this. What color is the sky? And then the possible answers coming down to the bottom here. Let's go ahead and change the possible answers. Let's say answer A is going to be blue. Answer B will be red. And since I've only decided to have 2 distractors, I'm only going to basically, or 2 distractors, I'm basically going to only fill out 2 of the answers. I don't have to delete these other 2. I can keep those how they are, but as far as answers go, I only have to fill out 2. Now coming down at the bottom here, this is where I would choose which answers are correct and incorrect. Well, in this case, I'm going to go ahead and copy this correct over to number 1 because A is actually going to be the correct answer. And I'm going to copy and paste incorrect into B. So B is not considered the correct answer anymore. And so then I can go ahead and say, okay, for the correct feedback, let's go ahead and change this. Say, yes, the sky is blue. And for incorrect, let's go ahead and change this to, no, take a look outside. And there we go. So now we go on to question 2. So it always goes, is it multiple answer, how many distractors, question text, possible answers, which answer is correct, and then feedback, and then it goes on to the next question. So now if I hit save, if I go ahead and just come over to my file and double click on the index.html, it will actually launch my course so I can see immediately the changes that I just made. So you can see here, welcome to this interaction. Well, I just made that change inside of this JavaScript file and it's automatically updated here. So it's immediate, I can just preview it, and in fact, if I don't want to even put this into iBooks, I can just take this project and all of the files here. Let me go ahead and preview all the files. So I can take all these files and I can place them on a website somewhere. And so now if I hit start, there's my 2 possible answers. We have blue and red. If I select blue, here's my correct feedback that I changed, and then I can continue on, and you can see that I get 5 points here. So all you have to do to edit these HTML games, which can be work on an iPad, they can work on iPhones, all you have to do is just simply edit the text inside of this JavaScript, and then it automatically updates. Now the next step is where you actually take it and you prep it for iBooks Author, or you prep it for InDesign or something like that. So in the next video, that's what we're going to be talking about, is how to take this interaction that we've just changed and how to get it ready and placed inside of iBooks Author.